Okay, you may be thinking to yourself, have we gone fast forward into the future? Nope, but it sure feels like it. Today feels like spring. I mean, cozy spring, but it's not. It's still February, but it means I can feel it. I can feel it coming. We are so close. I had shared with someone in church this morning. It's like, I just need to hold on because it's gonna be here, the spring in all its ways, and I'm hoping that I'm ready. I hope that, like flowers emerging out of the ground, that I will be at that space and place in my body. I think my heart is there. My brain, we'll see. I don't know if it's ever going to get there again. But I felt so excited at the sunshine. We've had sunny days, but it has been cold. And anyway, the weather is not why I'm on here, but it does affect so much. And I just felt excited to be able to be outside again today. So I thought, I want to film something before it's too cold to stand out here again, because it'll come and the rain will come and it'll be cold. And then I realized cold is relative. I spoke to my daughter who is in South Florida. I got really tickled. While she was out by the pool, she was freezing. I said, what is the temperature down there for y'all today? And it was 75. So I mean, it's totally understandable why she was freezing. So I have great compassion and empathy, but what I wouldn't give to feel 75 out here. But hey, I'll take 50s if that works. Oh, and I finally got my nails done. Yeah, I know y'all were waiting with bated breath to know the last few videos. When I say I haven't left my house a whole lot, I mean I haven't left my house a whole lot. Part of that is the cold. Part of it has just been my overall health and not feeling well enough. And again, I don't want to talk about it so that it garners undue concern or the wrong kind of attention. But what I do like is being able to call attention to the fact that sometimes when you see people, you don't know what they're experiencing, and you don't know what it took for them to get outside today. And a lot of times that's how it is. And on a Sunday morning, that is off. This morning, it was a toss back and forth of, do I feel well enough to go and be in public? And what I mean when I say that is not, what are people going to think if I don't look like I feel well, or respond with, from the how you doing, if I respond with the reality of like, I'm okay. Like it's 5 out of 10. It is more that I feel honored, a true joy when I go to church and I see my family of brothers and sisters there that I want to hug and I want to talk and I want to be my true, fully energetic self. And there are days when I know that's pushing my body further than it needs to go on that day. So today, the toss-up was, do I continue to rest, which sometimes brings relief? Sometimes it just brings rest and that feeling of I'm not accomplishing a darn thing and I wish I could. But that is what it is. And other days when I'm like, okay, like today, I was like, I think I feel well enough, and that's a moving scale, but I felt like I feel well enough, and I didn't, some details you probably don't care about, but just a picture of life with a chronic condition is, you go through the math of, okay, if I have to shower, if I have to wash my hair, if I have to, pick out my clothes, do I have to try them on before? Because weight fluctuates and, all of the above. But if it's an easy, I showered last night, I did my hair last night, so all I have to really do today, and I picked out what I was going to wear last night, although I ended up changing what I thought I was going to wear today. Welcome to my brain. Like, all of the preparatory, do it before the night before, is all well and good unless you live in here. And when you live in here, you wake up some days and go, well, that may have been what I felt like last night, but I don't feel like that today. And today, I was going to wear my pleather skirt and a different sweater, and my body went, no, we're not. We feel like we're in a pink sweater dress, and so that is what we have today, is the pink sweater dress. Anyway, why was I even saying all of that? Yes, that getting to church and what that can sometimes require not just church, meeting a friend, or just running errands, honestly. With all of the hauls that I did, that also included taking things back that I decided I didn't want, didn't need. And that takes a lot of energy. But I have a really sweet husband who has decided it's his joy to go with me to return things. We have this little, I think he is, back through there is where his shop. So the cottage here, to give you this, as I've mentioned many times, is in our backyard. Below that is an actual garage for that cottage, which is so interesting because I don't know originally if people literally ever drove around there and put a car in there, but it's where Rob has his shop and where he does his woodworking and all of his multiple hobbies, but primarily woodworking. But it's also where all the honeydews get started and sometimes finished, whether that is building the fence. He's fixing the fence here. I think we, can you see that? No, not yet. There it is. Okay, so we're half, not even a good ways yet to go to create a little more privacy in the privacy fence, both for them and for us, because we are very close to them. And while they are darling, and I'm sure they think we're just fabulous, it is nice during the summer because we have banana trees that grow up and give us all our, separate spaces. Because if we stand up here on this porch, you can just see right over into their backyard. So let me put this back where it was. Listen, editing takes forever because I go on so many, I almost said banana trails. They're not banana trails, they're called rabbit trails. My friend Janine from long ago asked me to talk about the cottage, and I promise I will in a different video. It's not that it's hard to talk about, it's sweet to talk about, but it is an emotional thing to talk about. That is where my mom lived or slept. She didn't stay there very long because when she was declining, she had her own space there in the cottage, but every morning I would go and she could not navigate the stairs at that point by herself, which was a good thing because then I didn't have to worry about her falling. But I would go grab my mom and walk her through the backyard where we have a little stone pathway through there and bring her in, and we would have breakfast together. And then she definitely didn't want to be out there by herself. She had lived long enough by herself, she said. And so she spent her days inside the house with us. And then at night, I would escort her back through there and sit there with her. And it's just, it's a lot. Even, gosh, what year are we on? 3.5 years, almost 3.5 years that she's been gone. So it's not a hard thing to talk about, but it's a tender thing to talk about. And I want to save that for a video of its own, maybe for her birthday, which is in March. But at any rate, that's, well, okay then. Okay, we have a dialogue going on between the crows. That's awesome. But that's what the cottage has been used for. There was another mom who lived there. It was a friend of ours whose mom needed to be here for treatment. Miss Cookie was the mom. That was her nickname, and she allowed me to call her that. I'm just waiting any moment to get poop on my head. I think we're fighting over territory. I don't know what's happening here. Okay, I think they've moved on. Okay, they've moved on. Oh my goodness. So Miss Cookie and women like her who have been strong in the faith, who continue to love despite circumstances, despite discrimination, despite all that physically is hard in life and emotionally and spiritually and all of the above, are part of why I wanted to do this video today. It's February, which means two things in my heart. One is Black History Month, and the other is Valentines. And I want to see if I can combine those two things because I I happen to love them both. Um, it's, you know, the Valentines is the one holiday between Christmas and Easter that sort of, besides St. Patrick's Day, but I don't know, that was always mixed with you're going to get pinched if you forget to wear green. So that was never my favorite thing. And Black History Month is near and dear to my heart for a multitude of reasons. One, because over the last, let's see, since 2015 into 2000, moving into 2016 is when I started writing the book The Invisible Line, which, by the way, has yet to be published. We did it as a church, read it, and did a study, but that was by having it printed. It's just one of those things that is still on my heart. It needs a few tweaks and edits to update it from 2015-16. 2020 was the last set of editing, because we did a study with it, but it still needs updating. It was 6 years ago this month that we were meeting together. It was before any of us knew that COVID was about to be a thing, and we were meeting together, studying God's Word together, studying about each other, learning things that we may or may not have known about each of our different background, ethnicities, racial makeups, how that has affected us each. And it was, I can't put into words. I think I've shared about my Saturday sisters. I mean, I know I've shared about my Saturday sisters, but I can't put into words what that group of people, we were 50 people who met together, open hearts, open arms, willing to listen and be quiet and listen and not yell and not assume and not feel defensive, but to just genuinely go, I want to know more. I want to know about your history, about my history, about our history, and how that comes together, and how so many things have gotten lost over the years and assumed or misunderstood or not known at all. So that is one of the reasons I do love February. I think February has much more to be celebratory for me than January. January was rough. I want to share with you all some of my favorite content creators today. I have shared a few in the past. Today I want to focus in on my African American sisters that I watch and learn from. I want to give you a chance to view some of their videos. If you're watching mine, then I think you will love them because obviously I'm drawn to them, that I think there would be something that you would find in their stories, in what they share, their content. So I want to give you a list of just a few. Got them on my phone because I'll forget, because brain fog is real. Okay, the first one is the Elegant Stylist. Hello. Just the name of her channel makes me go, She's British, she's amazing, and my favorite, I'll link both her channel name, but I'm going to link her a small, I think it was a YouTube short even. It's not even a full long like vlog video. But she's talking about her mom and how her mom had clothes that she kept in a suitcase under her bed. And I don't want to take anything away from the story, but just know that it was so powerful. And one of the many reasons I love her, I don't think I could ever pull together outfits like she does, the way that she styles them, but she inspires me for that way. She's so confident, and she's definitely, I think she just turned 60. Not that you would ever know that by looking at her. I absolutely love following her, watching her videos. She's just an incredible inspiration to me. Now, if you want, especially at night, because that's usually when I watch my YouTube videos, is before I fall asleep. I know, all the blue light, all the things. I do all the extras. I got blue light lenses. I dim it down to almost nothing. But because I have so much trouble sleeping, this kind of stuff helps me just ease into that long runway before I can fall asleep. But Shukura Taylor, her voice, I mean, the content she shares is lovely, and she lives in New York, and she mixes fashion and a vlog about her life, which I love that format obviously, but her voice is so soothing, and she just has great insight, and I love hearing about her family, her sisters, her aunties, just everything that she shares, and her style. And I love the way that she shares her fashion situation, is that she is not going out and grabbing great hauls every 5 minutes. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I understand these women are like running a boutique on their online channel, and I have zero problem with that. I think that's a wise business model. But I do like the influx of women who are doing what she's doing, where she's like, I'm gonna go look for things tangibly to share with you, but I'm also just going to show you what that can look like and give you the links for that. All right, Desi Rich is another beautiful content creator. What I love about her is she really likes to talk about what does it mean to be polished, what does it mean to be elegant, how do you carry yourself, and some of that is defined in fashion, and some of that is defined through her faith that she is very vocal about. It's also in the way you carry yourself, the way you talk to people. So all of that really, really, is it resonates with me, or it resonates with me, or I resonate? It resonates with me. I can never get that right. Whatever that's supposed to be. I connect. How about that? I connect with what she says and how she says it. So I think you will too. Oh, Mae Groves. Mae is primarily, I found her through Instagram. She's so delightful. She's bubbly. She's beautiful. I mean, every woman I'm going to mention is beautiful. So I'm going to keep saying it. So just, I'm being repetitive in my description, but it's because it's true. But I do enjoy her. I feel like a kind of a kindred spirit with her personality. She's perky, quirky, but just also very real about her struggles, about going through. She's currently, I think, going through either perimenopausal stage of life. She's also very open about her faith. So I would highly recommend finding her on Instagram. And I think I just found her on YouTube, but I think she just does YouTube Shorts at the moment. So if she does a long form and I haven't found it, I will search for it and let you know, because I would watch her long form in a heartbeat. Okay, the other, oh, I love her, Angela Mashelle. She is someone I would just want to spend, like, go to dinner with and just sit back and not watch, that sounds wrong, but just be with. I mean, she reminds me of several of my girlfriends who are just spunky, and I like that she's a straight shooter and she'll tell you what she likes and what she doesn't like. She has an incredible sense of style and is a real life human in that I think she's still a nurse, but does the, sorry, got a hair in my mouth, driving me crazy. But she's someone that I would just want to spend time with. I think she's amazing, and I love her personality. That type of personality reminds me of my mom, not because of her age. We're very close in age. She may even be younger than I am. I can't remember, but there's something about her that makes me think about my mom, and I enjoy watching her. And she is from Texas, I think. So I'm going to run through a couple more. Matoya, Munroe, Maureen, Awuor. I don't know how to say her last name, and I hate that. I should have looked it up how to say it. But love her. The Tamara guide. Alicia B. Gettys. I think she's from Birmingham, which I remember being like, ooh, my Birmingham girls. Love her. Awed by Monica. And then Jade Beason, most recently, I've been watching because it teaches people how to be a content creator. And I'm gaining a lot of information from her, and she's just a wealth of knowledge of what it looks like, what she's done right, what she's done wrong. And so, and again, most of these women are younger than I am. And I have no, put that down so I can talk with both my hands, so I can actually talk. Most of these women are actually younger than I am, which I love. Like, I want to be in my 90s or 102 and looking at younger women going, teach me your ways. Like, please. I don't want to ever get to a point where I think whether you don't look like me or you're 10 times younger than I am or 10 times older than I am, that I can't learn from you. So that's my heart in sharing these women. I will say Angela Mashelle has at least two videos that she's done on Black-owned businesses, especially I think home decor, and fashion. There's a pair I went to show you because I forgot them. Dang it! I will take a photo of me with the earrings that Rob got me because I'd seen it on her channel, and I'll put it here. But this was by a brand named Khoi, and I love them. They are substantial and weighty, so I don't wear them a lot just because my ears get a little sensitive, but I love them. I have worn them, and it's kind of one of those things where it's got to be that outfit that matches the energy of these earrings. But she and her friend, can't remember, but they've done 2 videos at least of Black-owned businesses that if you're interested in, from fashion to decor, I want to support that. I want to be a part of that. I will say, if I if I was more of a sporty spice, one of the activewear brands that I think I would be covered in head to toe is called Actively Black. And I just love their messaging. I love the fact that they are trying to be sustainable. They are seeking out the Black community to give back to. So there's just so many things about them that I would highly recommend. Again, I don't wear a lot of activewear because I'm not working out. I'm going to, but I'm not doing it right now. I've shared today my excitement and enthusiasm about Black History Month. There is so much I still learn. The great thing about algorithms is that if you linger on something, it shows you more. That can be such a beautiful, powerful thing, because when I linger on seeing the contribution that Mrs. C.J. Walker made, Madam C.J. Walker, who was, unbeknownst to me years ago, was the first self-made millionaire, female millionaire in the United States. Guess who didn't know that? Me and half the people I know. And I love that I'm still learning history, particularly Black history that was hidden for so long. I love that I discovered that Jacqueline Bouvier Kennedy's wedding dress was created by an African American woman named Anne Lowe. I'd never heard of Anne Lowe, and evidently she was making incredible dresses and fashion for people in the 50s and 60s. And that is what February, what Black History Month is about, is, yes, to acknowledge the abhorrent, horrific things that our friends and sisters and brothers of African descent have had to deal with over centuries and centuries and centuries. But it's also meant to elevate. It's also meant to remind us of these amazing people that we may have never learned about in school, and women that may not have gotten the attention that they deserve. So if I can do that, I'm going to do that. But as far as the second half of the video, I really want to share these Valentine's looks. Still looking for last-minute outfit ideas for Valentines, Galentines, or just February festive vibes. I feel very strange saying vibes, but you know what I mean. I spent some time the other day putting together some looks straight out of my closet. I didn't go to the store, I didn't order anything new. These are things that I already have, and I kind of wanted to stick to a very simple color palette. So I have just red and white in all their shades. And you may be saying, I think I see burgundy, I think I see pink, right? Because in my mind, that's in the red category. And then in the white category, ivories and beige and ecru, and the color of the year, according to Pantone, is Cloud Dancer. So these are just ideas, and I hope that it's helpful. The first look is what most of us have in our closet: a t-shirt and jeans. And then I just threw on a jacket to go with it. Say if you're not going somewhere terribly fancy, or you want to go somewhere fancy, anytime you add a third layer, whether it's a jacket or a blazer like I have here, it kind of elevates it just a teeny bit. So you can throw that on with whatever t-shirt or jeans you have, and I think you're gonna like how that feels. And then in this look, I just added a pink sweater, same jeans, pink sweater. And then, as you can see, I added a burgundy suede jacket. Okay, the next 2 looks, I got a little brave. I'm not scared. Well, theoretically, I'm not scared. Maybe I'm a little scared. But I went for a mini skirt. It's in my closet. I have worn it once or twice. I do feel a little, I'll say a little something something, but it's Valentine's, so I wanted to feel a little something, something. And if you want to feel a little something, 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 try out a mini skirt. Here it is with stockings, and then here it is without stockings. You can fake tan. There is no fake tan going on in these videos. But there should be fake tan going on in these videos, but there's not. One of my favorite cities in all the world is Paris, France. I've been able to visit once, but I was also, I minored in French, so you'll notice the very first t-shirt said Je t'aime, which means I love you, and then this sweater says Amour. I am drawn to things that have French words, French scenes, French food, all the things. But this I thought was just a fun way. I have a turtleneck under it because if it's cold, because sometimes like today, it's a few days before Valentine's and it is 75 degrees. In 3 days, when it is Valentine's, it's going to be rainy and cold. So keep your options open depending on where you live. Okay, a color combo that I think gets overlooked way too much, especially at Valentine's, is combining red and pink. It is one of my favorite combos, and it doesn't make sense that we don't do it more often because what is the root of pink? It's red and white. So this is where I went with that. So if your Valentine's does include a really swanky, really fancy, I don't know, say French restaurant, that's what I'm hoping for, wear a dress, wear the heels, wear the boots with heels, wear the coat and style the coat. A pink pashmina scarf, for me, kind of transformed that whole look, because most of what you see when it's so gold is the outside, you don't even get to the dress until you get to the restaurant. So I highly recommend take a look at what you got. If you got white, if you got red, if you don't have a scarf, maybe you have something else that you can pull over, maybe a sweater that you could tie over the top of it. Be creative and don't just limit your accessories to the outfit on the underneath. Give the outer layer a little love as well. So as I've shared before, I'm not a sporty spice, so I don't have a lot of graphic tees for my favorite team. I don't know, like go team gymnastics, that would be as close as I could get. But the graphic tees I do have, as I said before, usually have a French theme or something like that. So this is what I mean by you could dress this down with just a t-shirt with a graphic on the front and jeans and do whatever it is that you want to do, picnic, low-key, no thrills, no frills, or you can blazer it up and look fabulous, if I do say so myself, not me, but the whole idea, and you still feel like you, and you still get to have a little fun, and it doesn't feel quite so formal or stuffy. So one of the big trends over the last few years is faux fur. Girl, I found me one for $35 at TJ Maxx, and you bet I grabbed it. I love that thing, and I can't think of enough places to wear it, so I just wear it when I want to wear it, and I highly recommend you do that as well. It can transform a basic top and pants and throw that on, and oh my word, suddenly you're in Glamourville. Okay, in case you didn't know, wearing hoodies with blazers, big trend, cute. The problem I have is that hoodies usually are too bulky for me, for my frame and for my height and all the things, but I found this hoodie, actually it was my daughter's and she gave it to me, and it's thin and it's soft and it's pink, and so it went great with being super casual, but when you put that blazer on, one, you're on trend, and it elevates it right up where you want it to be for Valentine's night, Galentine's night, or again, just February Festive. One of my favorite things to do with a cardigan is not just wear it over something, but wear it as the actual top. So here, that's why you don't even hardly need jewelry because the buttons are gold and you're ready to go. I mean, it's literally a sweater and pants. And the thing throughout this, if you notice, the shoes are super important as well. not that you have to go out and get burgundy and red. You could wear white sneakers. I didn't go with white sneakers because I figure everybody's got white sneakers by now, so you could figure that one out. But I wanted to show you the ones that I have that have a little bit of the color that mix and match in that. I've got burgundy, I've got red, or touches of red. I thought they went really well with a few of these pieces. So I get it, you're thinking, Denise, I'm not going anywhere fancy. I'm not even leaving my house. I just want to be in comfy clothes. I got it, totally get it. But you can do that in an elevated way as well. I have this, I said leisure suit. It's not a leisure suit, it's not in 1970s. It is a athleisure wear that I found at TJ Maxx and Marshall's, where I find 99% of the things I have. And it was in this great pink color. I don't know if it's coming across as pink as it actually is, but I love it. And it's the perfect thing. You can still feel festive. You can still feel in the holiday spirit for Valentines, Galentines, whatever you happen to be doing that day or night, but be super, super comfy. I can't tell you the number of Valentines in the last 30 plus years that I've been married that sometimes all we want to do is get in our jammies and watch either rom-coms, because I have a good husband who watches rom-coms, who enjoys them as well, or just any movie that we enjoy. We are movie huge fanatics, and you cannot underestimate the power of a good pair of PJs. I used to just wear whatever was ripped up and yucky, and I say that not as a slam in any shape, form, or fashion. I say that as a testimony to how little attention I paid to how I felt in my clothes, even the things that I slept in, because you're in them, what is it, more hours than you're awake or something? I don't know about that's true for me, but for most people. So I cannot tell you what it's done for my self-esteem, for just the way I feel at night, to be able to put on jammies that make me feel maybe not always sexy, but sometimes, but just pretty and girly for those remaining hours of the day, and especially on Valentine's. Even if you've gone and had a wonderful dinner and you just come back and you want to relax. I hope y'all have enjoyed this. Thanks so much. Love y'all. Bye. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful February. I hope you have a bunch of date nights planned, whether that's a Galentine kind of thing or with your loved one, your significant other. I hope that February for you is full of learning new things. I hope it's full of love, and I hope it's full of the anticipation in all the right ways of spring and what's coming, what's growing, what's being nurtured so that you can bloom. I'm praying that for all of us, that March, the spring, is going to be brighter and more beautiful than what we've experienced thus far. Anyway, love y'all. Talk to you soon.